You wanted to speak to me?
Well, you know better than anyone it's a dangerous world out there, and not just against machines. Name's Oder. This here's my training pit. Best place to practice close combat this side of the Forbidden West. Say, I wonder who'd win in a fight. You, the savior of Meridian, champion of the East, or the Enduring, master of the West.
Who?
The Enduring, a legendary Tenakth fighter, the master of masters. I've heard the Tenakth have training pits just like this one. It's how the warriors get so fierce, see? And only the very best from the pits get to train with the Enduring.
So, to find the Enduring, I should look for these training pits if I'm ever out that way?
You'll have to go far if you do. The Tenakth are split into 3 clans. 3 clans, 3 capitals, 3 training pits. My guess is you'd have to beat all of them if you want to train with the Enduring. If the Tenakth don't kill you on sight, that is. But that's a far spark in the wind. As for right now, I also offer challenges to test your fighting skill.
Who would I be fighting exactly? You?
Well, I know you're the savior and all, but you have to beat all the others first to challenge me. Rules are rules. We only use dual blades and practice arrows, mind. These drunken fools would run themselves through otherwise. You'll have to leave everything but your spear and practice arrows at the gate. But I'll look after your gear, not to worry. So, what do you say? Up for some training?
I might be.
That's what I like to hear.
You!
Never met a beer I didn't like.
Ignoring me again?
Light attacks are fast, but easily blocked. So learn to combine them with other attacks. Attacks break weapon blocks and do more damage. But they're slow, so your opponents might counterattack. Power attacks smash weapon blocks to really hammer an enemy with damage. But they're slow and leave you vulnerable, so pick your moment. Tough luck.
This should be useful. Now I just need to find Erend and help him with the specifics.
Ignoring me again?
I were a Superman. Sister! Over here!
Yeah!
Tough luck. What strikes your fancy?
I'm still waiting. Hammerhead. I did. Don't pull that face off.
Finally, someone interesting. Missy!
Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah.
Tough luck. What strikes your fancy? Practice or a challenge?
Took you long enough. Ignoring me again?
Looking sharp.
Look at you.
Ah, Savior. Over here.
Some are afraid.
Aloy, change your mind about that brew? Come for that beer after all, eh? Here, sit down. Get a pint in her hand. Wasn't expecting you to swing by.
Since when do I do what's expected?
There's that spark. Fire and spit.
Fire and spit.
That's a blast from the bellows. Won't fix the forge, but at least I can forget about my troubles for a while.
Like what?
Take your pick. We got bodies to bury from the bristlebacks, the work stoppage, Olvin grating the gears about his concession decree. Hey! Weapons off the table! Don't listen to me. Nothing a cold brew and knocking some heads together can't fix eventually.
I thought you'd be back in Freeheap.
Well, after the big battle at Meridian, I went back, but realized it was running smooth. Didn't need me. Heard about the rebuilding out at Barren Light. Figured they could use another hammer. Been scraping by ever since.
You could always leave.
And go back east. Besides, someone's gotta be a squeaky wheel for the work.
So the bristlebacks and the Daunt. Where did they come from?
That's the thing. No one rightly knows. They just showed up one day, rampaging around the valley like they exploded out of a forge. Lost some good people. But I heard talk of some vanguards trying to take them down.
Did they come through here?
Stopped by briefly for supplies, and was none too pleased. Won't be able to crank it to his advantage once the bristlebacks are gone.
But how could bristlebacks and the Daunt help Ulvund?
2 words. Concession decree. Since no one knows where the bristlebacks came from, Ulvund has taken to blaming the Karja for. He's hoping to dig up until the concessions. This is just his latest. He's been trying to rile.
And people actually believe.
Lots of folks suffer. Give him half a reason.
Damn Karja slavers.
So about Ulvund.
Around here, everything's about Ulvund.
How'd he end up in charge?
He got here early, like a squirrel smelling a fat nut. He knew rebuilding Barren Light would need stone and timber. So he jangled purses all over Mainspring, getting investors to front claims on anything in the Daunt that might be worth a damn. Thing is, and the Sun King can revoke those claims at any time. That's why he's desperate for them.
This concession decree.
It's pig diddle, huh?
A writ that would put all Osram claims in the Daunt, even though they're on Karja land. It would mean that any existing ore, stone, and timber claims couldn't be revoked by the Karja. No more risk, no more hesitation for investors back in the claim to pour in the shards and expand their business. And since Ulvund has a stake in all those claims, it would make him richer than a scrapper in a junk heap. Not to mention Chainscrape would become an Osram, so he could buy enough votes to call himself an Elderman. He's a sly old. Figures if he keeps up the pressure, eventually the magistrate will sign.
Well, I have to be going.
Anytime, Flamehair.
Come to revel in some strike, sister? Let me set the board.
I was just passing by.
First timer, huh? Don't worry about it. I'll go easy on you. You got any pieces?
No.
Well, aren't you in luck then? I got an extra set. A Tanakh original straight out of the Forbidden West. Sit. I'll run you through it in a hot spark. I'll give you something special if you win it on my boards, too. All right, let's start off simple. The Tanakhs like to say that Machine Strike is a game of pure strategy. We each get a set of pieces. Each piece represents a kind of machine, and each machine is worth a different number of victory points. And to win the game, you'll need to gain 7 victory points by destroying the opponent's machines. It can be tricky remembering the details of every machine, so we use these notes to keep track of them. You see that number on the top right corner? That there. Notes also tell you how far a piece can move, how powerful their attacks are, the distance they can strike from, and of course, their health. Okay, that's enough for now. Let's just play. I'll explain the rest as we go. I own the board, so I get to choose who goes first. Since this is your first time, I'll let you go. Usually you get to choose which pieces to set on the board, but this will do for now. Pick up that machine piece to your right, and move it forward. And remember, each machine can only move a certain distance. Take a look at your notes if you need a reminder. Easy enough, huh? Now, you get to move 2 machines each round, so go ahead and pick a second machine. Perfect. There's not much else to do for now, so just end your turn. We're forging onwards. Let me move my pieces here. And we're back to you. This time, why don't you try attacking one of my pieces on your right first? Now move the piece close enough to attack one of my machines. When performing an attack, you'll be testing your machine's combat power against a machine's combat power is and its own attack power. This and your current machine, so in total, your machine's combat power equals 2 points. Since my machine isn't, and just like your machine, it's so right now, this means your machine can do 2 points of damage to my machine. Did you get all that? Knew you were a smart one. Finish up by attacking my... Not pulling any punches, huh? Now grab that second machine of yours. See how your machine can't move close enough to attack mine? You can make your machine sprint. Try it out. Downside to sprinting is that your machine can no longer attack. Now some players like to just overcharge your machine and attack mine. That's about it for your turn, then. Now, I'll let you in on a neat trick. That machine of yours, the one closest to me, grab a hold of it. Same as in the wilds, machines have both armored points and weak points. You can see them marked on the pieces. Blue shows where their armor is thickest. Hit them there, and you'll do some damage, but now, red. Here, let me show you. Now let that machine have it. Off the board she goes, and there's your first victory points. You don't have 7 of them yet, so let's keep going. Your machine attacked mine, but go ahead and move. You've already attacked a machine and moved your piece. Just gotta overcharge that machine and attack mine. You're still getting the hang of it, I know. Now, overcharge and attack my machine. Ain't that a thrill? Now, because your machine was knocked out, we both get good news. You're gonna receive, which means you can read. That's why now. but you did destroy all my pieces. That means you're the winner. That wasn't so hard. Just remember, you'd be surprised the advantage you can gain over an opponent like that. I know it saved my behind in a game or two.
I'll try and remember that.
Oh, before I forget, these are all my spare pieces. I want the Savior of Meridian to have. It's a small set, but you might even they've got all, though they'll need the right material. Or you might find them in the wilds if you're lucky. I know I've lost my fair share of brew hopping. No need to thank me. Always a pleasure to help out new strike players. Now, if you feel like playing a real game, I could even teach.
Thanks.
Don't be a stranger.
Savior, thank you for taking the time, and my condolences that you had to endure Ulvant's bloviating. The idea that it's completely absurd, but the louder and longer he says it, the more...
How did the bristleback...
No one knows for sure, but unless they have wings, I don't see how they could have...
No other way...
The only way... Look, help me shut...
What is this concession decree that Ulvant wants?
He wants the Sundom to designate portions of the Daunt as awesome. Only the portions, mind you, that produce any value.
Let me guess. Because he stands to profit some...
Exactly. With the Daunt under Oseram law, he could secure more investment for their numerous...
He can't get those investments without the concession?
No. Not hence why the concession is so, and why blaming, no matter how absurd, works in his favor.
How did you get stuck out here?
I asked for the posting, believe it or not. Overseeing the entire valley on behalf of the Sun King? It was an honor. Is an honor, I mean.
But your job would be a lot easier without someone like Ulvand blasting...
Ulvand's not going anywhere. He's been around longer than I have. I'll find a way to live. I have to.
You said the bristlebacks were first spotted west of the quarry?
Yes, according to one terrified laborer, said the ground trembled before they came charging down the hillside. He took off and ran all the way here.
Good place to start looking, then.
If you learn the truth, maybe Ulvand will stop blaming the Karja for every problem under the sun, and maybe then he'll actually focus on rebuilding.
Such company to have. Bring ale for the Nora.